Hello children, welcome back to your English class. Happy to meet you all guys. Fine. See children, in today's session, let us learn the vocabulary part and the language functions of Unit 6. See, in the vocabulary part, today let us discuss the questions of the book exercise of idiomatic phrase. What is this idiomatic phrase or idiomatic expression? See, it is a group of words for which the literal meaning should not be taken. We have to try to understand the implied meaning from its context. Let me explain you with an example. See, if it is said, hold your tongue, what does it mean? Does it mean that a person has to hold his tongue with his hands? No. It means that a person has to stay calm for some time. Is that clear? அதாவது hold your tongue அப்படின்னு சொன்னா அது எதை குறிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கொஞ்ச நேரம் அமைதியா இரு அப்படின்னு சொல்றதை தான் குறிக்கிறது, ரைட்? ஸோ நீங்கள் வந்து ஹோல்ட் யுவர் டங்கோட டைரக்ட் லிட்ரல் மீனிங் ஒரு வேர்ட் பை வேர்ட் மீனிங் நீங்கள் எடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யூ கெட் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் மீனிங் அண்ட் யூ கெட் கன்ஃபியூஸ்ட். ஸோ இதில் வந்து நீங்கள் அது எதை குறிக்கிறதுங்கிறத தான் பார்க்கணும். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் idiomatic expression. All these idiomatic expressions and idiomatic phrases have got an hidden meaning in that. So you have to try to understand the hidden meaning from its context. Now let me tell you the definition of idiomatic phrase. An idiomatic phrase is a group of words that do not mean what they appear to mean. See, அந்த idiomatic phrasesல இருக்கிற words வந்து அது என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்களோ அதை டைரக்டா இம்ப்ளை பண்ணாது. It has got a hidden meaning. Let us go through these examples so that you will be clear. Work out. I work out in the gym regularly. இங்க work out அப்படிங்கிற phrase வந்து I have underlined. So this is the idiomatic phrase here. Whereas if you just read that with full sentence, now you can get the meaning of this particular phrase. I work out in the gym regularly. What will you do in the gym? You do exercise, right? You do exercise to keep your body fit. So, and the meaning vanda, when you read the full sentence, you get. So, that is what this idiomatic phrases consist of. See here, let me give you one more example. He gave up smoking. He gave up. Gave up da vanda inge idiomatic phrase. What does it mean? He stopped smoking. He quit smoking. அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த full sentence படிக்கும்போது you get the meaning out of it. So that is how you need to understand, my dear children. You try to understand the meaning with its context. You read the full sentence. So gradually you can try understand the meaning of all these idiomatic expressions and idiomatic phrases. Clear? Now let us move into the book exercise. Here you could see that in your book exercise, there are 3 columns given. In that column A, you could see the questions, that is idiomatic phrases. And in column B, you could see the answers, but they are shuffled there. And what you have to do, with the help of the dictionary, you should try to find out the meaning for that and try to construct sentences for these phrases. Now, I have given the meaning for you. You can just have a glance at it. Go for. The meaning for go for is succeed, to achieve. Blow up. Blow up or answer in a explode, burst, like வெடிக்கிறது. Show up. Show up அப்படின்னா என்ன? Reveal, present இருக்கிறது. Call on. Call on அப்படின்னா require, needed. Break off. Break off அப்படின்னா finish, sudden abrupt finish பண்றது. Knuckle under. Knuckle under means submit, வளைஞ்சு கொடுக்கிறது. Clear? Okay. Now let us look into the sentences. And my dear children, here I have written certain sentences and my humble advice to you is try to construct your own sentences. Clear? Okay. Go for. Go for means succeed. Everyone was sure she would go for. அதாவது achieve பண்றது go for அப்படின்னா. Next, blow up. Blow up ஓட meaning என்ன? Explode. வெடிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன் இல்லையா? The terrorists blew up the bridge. See, the word blew is the past tense of the word blow. So hence we have used here as the terrorist blew up the bridge. Show up. Show up means reveal. அதாவது present இருக்கிறது. All the candidates showed up for the meeting. Means they all are present. Call on. Require. She wanted to call on Dr. Sundar to give a speech. So she needed Dr. Sundar to give a speech. Break off. Break off na finish abruptly. That is, she broke off her speech giving a sob. Sob na enna a loud cry. Alaradhu. So because of that cry, she ended her speech. Knuckle under. Knuckle under அப்படினா என்ன? Submit. அதாவது வழங்கி கொடுக்கிறது. We don't knuckle under to their demands. அவங்க demandsக்கு நாங்க வணங்க மாட்டோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? That for that you can use this phrase knuckle under. So far we have seen the examples of idiomatic phrases and we have also seen the sentences for that. The next exercise is dictionary usage. See children, whenever you are asked to use the dictionary, please rely on the actual dictionary or the real dictionary that you have at your home. Don't ever rely on the digital dictionary. Let me tell you why. Because if you want to find a meaning for a word or a phrase, you just type that particular word and you get the meaning or you get the answer for that particular word alone. Whereas if you search in the real dictionary or original dictionary, you could come across so many words, and also with or without your knowledge, some of these words gets registered in your minds. In this way, your vocabulary will be enriched. So I always suggest you to use the actual dictionary what you have at your homes. Clear? Fine. Now let us move on to this dictionary usage part in your textbook. Here they have given you certain phrases, that is idiomatic phrases, where you have to, with the help of the dictionary, you have to find out the answers. After finding out the answers, you need to construct the sentences for these words. Now, I have given you the meanings for all these idiomatic phrases and I want you all to construct sentences for those. Clear? Right. The first word is put on. Put on means fake, pretend. Chumma velayata solradhu. Next one is come in. Come in na enter. Third one is try again, which means to have another try. Next, walk away. Walk away அப்படினா withdraw, பின்வாங்கிறது. The next word is time out. Time out அப்படினா an official pause, ஒரு சிறிய இடைவெளி. Go on. Go on அப்படினா continue. Look up. Look up na search. Take up, which means become interested or engaged. So far we have seen the idiomatic phrases and that's it. We have come to the end of the vocabulary part. Now let us move on to the language functions. What is this language function? Language functions are used to express your ideas and to communicate with others. To improve this communication, you need to master basic 4 skills that comes in a language. If you want to master any language, you need to learn this basic 4 skills for any language that matters. What are these 4 skills? Listening, speaking, reading and writing. It is also called as LSRW. See, if you are able to master all these 4 skills, you can enhance your language. Now, under the speaking skill, you have roadmap. What is this roadmap? It is nothing but giving instructions to help an individual to reach his destination. For that, you need to learn how to give instructions. Let us practice this with the book exercise. Once the starting point and the destination is finalized, it is easy for you to give instruction. Okay, shall we move on to the exercise? Right. See, this is the first question given in your text. That is, you are at the market, you need to go to the pharmacy. Now see what is the starting point here? market. And what is the destination? Pharmacy. You can locate these two places in the picture and later on you can give instructions accordingly. See, whenever the names of the streets are mentioned, kindly try to write down it so that you can avoid the confusions. Clear? So, this is the first question. Let us give the instruction. The first instruction is walk along the George Street. Since the market is in the George Street, you can say go straight or walk along. Walk along the George Street and next take right on the Park Street. Go straight and turn left at the Central Avenue. Walk past North Road and South Road Junction. What is this walk past? அதாவது கடந்து செல் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா அந்த வேர்டுக்கு in English you can use this phrase walk past. Is that clear? Walk past North Road and South Road Junction. அந்த ரெண்டு ஜங்ஷனையும் கடந்து செல்லணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுக்கு you can use walk past. You will find the pharmacy on your right. So this is how you have to give the instruction. Now let us move on to the second question that is given in your book. You are at the bookshop. Ask your partner to direct you to the art gallery. See children, now you are there at the bookshop. Where you need to reach? Art gallery. You know that the bookshop is in Central Avenue. So you can start by giving instruction. Walk along Central Avenue. Next, take left at the Park Street. Walk along and take right on George Street. Walk past North and South Road. Walk past means kadandu sellanum. So walk past North and South Road. You will find the art gallery on your left. Now let us move on to the third question that is given in your text. Give your partner the directions to go from the bank to the hotel. So what is the starting point now? The bank, and the destination is hotel. Now let's begin the instruction or direction. See, you know the bank is in the Park Street. So you can begin it as walk along Park Street. Take right onto George Street. Walk past North Road. You will find the hotel on your right. Is that clear now? So this is how you need to give the instructions, children. See, two more questions are left in your book exercise and I want you all to practice it in the similar way. So now let us move on to the writing skill. In the writing skill, here we are going to learn how to create the poster. Posters are the placards displayed in a public place to announce or advertise something. See, placard அப்படினா என்ன அப்படினா public view பண்ற மாதிரி வச்சிருக்கிற அந்த போர்டு தான் வந்து placard. So posters எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு public view பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு public placeல display பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. Posters are the combination of notices, advertisements and invitation. You can use posters for all these three. The poster is used to create social awareness about current problems and needs. Social awareness அப்படினா சமூக விழிப்புணர்வு. And also it is also used to advertise or invite, to display something. See, if company needs to introduce a product அப்படின்னு இருந்துச்சுன்னா அந்த ப்ராடக்டோட பிக்சரை வந்து they could display it in the poster. Now let us see the layout of the poster. What is this layout? It is nothing but the points that are to be remembered while creating a poster. Let us look into it. A poster should be attractive, colorful and tempting. அதாவது அந்த போஸ்டர் வந்து ரொம்ப கலர்ஃபுல்லாகவும் அட்ராக்டிவாகவும் இருக்கணும். நெக்ஸ்ட், catchy title. Poster should have a catchy title. டைட்டிலும் ரொம்ப அட்ராக்டிவாக இருக்கணும். நெக்ஸ்ட், slogans and jingles வந்து அந்த போஸ்டரில் இருக்கணும். Slogans you all know. What is a jingle? Jingle is nothing but a short poetry. ரைமிங்காக வர மாதிரி ஒரு 2-3 லைன்ஸில் இருக்கிற அந்த poetic lines தான் வந்து jingles-னு சொல்லுவோம். And you can have that in your poster. Next, simple drawings. அந்த டைட்டிலுக்கு ரிலேட்டடாக நீங்கள் வந்து drawings-ஐ கொண்டு வந்துடலாம், pictures. And the letter sizes வந்து different sizesல different font sizeல இருந்தா இன்னும் attractive-ஆ இருக்கும். And finally, try to give proper spacing between the features. நீங்க என்னென்ன feature அந்த postல கொண்டு வரீங்களோ எல்லா featureலயும் வந்துட்டு அந்த spacing வந்து ப்ராப்பரா மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிட்டீங்கனாலே poster வந்து it will get a good look, right? So let us see the content of a poster. அதாவது what a poster should consist of. The theme or subject, descriptions and essentials like time, date and venue. Theme or subject அப்படின்னா just imagine you are going to create a poster for a summer camp அப்படின்னு இருந்தா அந்த theme என்ன summer campங்கிறது தான் theme. So அந்த theme வந்து clear-ஆ visible-ஆ இருக்கிற மாதிரி பார்த்துக்கணும். Next, descriptions. Descriptions என்ன அப்படின்னா the facilities or features that you provide in the camp. அந்த descriptions-உம் வந்து clear-ஆ இருக்கணும். And finally, the most important point, time, date and venue should be given clearly. Now, let me give you a model of a poster for the question given in your book. Draft a poster to create awareness about the harmful effects using plastics. So, now you have to create a poster for that. I have given you a model. See, you could see the whole earth is wrapped in a polythene cover. See the suffocation of the earth. It is very well understood. Just by seeing the picture, it is very clear that the hazards of using plastics. Design a poster on say no to drugs. See here, you could see the colors chosen and you can see the slogans here. This is a model. Design a poster to create awareness on COVID-19. That is the measures you have to take to avoid this COVID-19. See here, you can see the importance of wearing masks and gloves from this poster, and you can see the slogan here and see the colors chosen. Next, create a poster that shows the different steps in washing hands. This also suits the current scenario. See, with this poster, you can make a person understand the steps involved in washing the hands. See children, this is how you need to create a poster. Now, let us move on to the most important part of the writing skill, that is letter writing. And here, you all know letter writing has got two major types. One is formal letters, the other one is informal letters. All the personal letters come under this informal letters. And coming back to the formal, you have yet another two subdivisions. They are business letters and official letters. Business letters, you know, you can write a letter to inquire regarding the stocks or placing an order or cancellation of the orders. And coming to the official letters, it is further divided into four divisions. They are letters to editors, letters to principal, job application, letters of complaint. And today we are going to learn letters to editor. What is this letters to editor? See, if you wish your writing has to be published in a particular paper or in a particular magazine, you can write a letter to the editor of that particular paper or magazine. அதாவது உங்களுடைய எழுத்துக்கள் வந்து நீங்க எழுதின ஒரு ஆர்டிக்கல் வந்து ஒரு நியூஸ் பேப்பர்லயோ இல்ல மேகசின்லயோ பப்ளிஷ் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா நீங்க வந்து இந்த எடிட்டருக்கு லெட்டர் எழுதலாம். That is letters to editor. Now, what are the reasons? Why do you write letters? Let us see the reasons. To highlight the social issues of concern. அதாவது பிரசண்டா சொசைட்டில என்ன இஷ்யூஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, சமூக பிரச்சனைகள் ஏதாவது இருந்தா அதை ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க உங்க லெட்டர் டு எடிட்டர்ல கொடுக்கலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட், டு டிஸ்கஸ் த ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் இட்ஸ் ரீடர்ஸ். இஃப் அந்த சமூக பிரச்சனைகளை வந்து நீங்க அந்த லெட்டர்ல எழுதுனீங்கன்னா அந்த பர்டிகுலர் பேப்பர் படிக்கிற அந்த ரீடர்ஸே வந்து உங்களுக்கு அவங்களுடைய ரெஸ்பான்சஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க. இன் திஸ் வே யூ கேன் ஹாவ் அ ஹெல்தி டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ் அபவுட் தட் பர்டிகுலர் டாபிக். நெக்ஸ்ட், டு எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் யுவர் வியூஸ் ஃபார் ஆர் அகைன்ஸ்ட் an article that has been published. அதாவது அந்த பர்டிகுலர் பேப்பர்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆர்டிக்கல் பப்ளிஷ் ஆயிருந்தது அப்படின்னா இஃப் இட் இஸ் குட் அதை அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணி நீங்க லெட்டர் எழுதலாம். இல்ல இஃப் யூ ஃபைண்ட் தட் சர்டன் ஃபேக்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் ட்ரூ இன் தட் ஆர்டிக்கல் அப்படின்னா நீங்க அதை அப்போஸ் பண்ணி அந்த எடிட்டருக்கு உங்க லெட்டர் மூலமா உங்களுடைய கருத்துக்களை தெரிவிக்கலாம். ரைட்? Now, see, I told you letters to editor comes under the formal letters. All the formal letters need to stick on to the rules very strictly. Here, we have certain format that has to be followed. Let us look into the format of the letter. First one, you have to provide sender's address. What is the sender's address? You have to write your name and address. Next, below that, write the date. And next to it, you have to give the receiver's address. Receiver's address na, நீங்க யாருக்கு address பண்றீங்க, that is to address. And below that, you can write the salutation as you do in all formal letters. And next to that, you are supposed to write the subject. When you are writing subject, see that your subject is short and precise. Next, you have to write the body of the letter, that is main content of the letter. Here, the main body can be divided into three parts. The first one is introductory part. The second one, you can mention the issue about what you are writing this letter. And in the third part, you can give the concluding part. Clear? And in the body of the letter, you can write the causes, effects, and suggestions for the issue. And below that main part, you can give subscription and signature. Subscription, yours faithfully or yours truly, and below that you can give your signature. If you hold any position, you can mention that designation also. Let us look into the template. I have given the sender's address. In the sender's address, you have to provide your name and address. And below that, the date is mentioned, and after that, to address. If you are writing to a newspaper, you can write the name of the paper and the address, and below that, salutation, and after salutation, you can write the subject. And see the introductory part. I have given the subject matter of this letter is definitely a burning issue of this day. I hope you would be kind enough to allow me a column in your most famous and widely circulated daily. This is the common introductory part. I have made it for you. You can use this particular part for all the letters where you want to focus an issue. And similarly, the concluding part also I have made it common. You can use the same for your letters. Thus, the problem is too serious and we appeal concerned authorities to take necessary measures in this regard. I hope my points will be taken into consideration. See children, you could observe in between I have left blank. There, you have to give the details for that particular question. அதாவது அந்த questionல என்ன issue address பண்ண சொன்னாங்களோ அந்த details அந்த நடுவுல நான் உங்களுக்கு blank கொடுத்திருக்கேன் இல்லையா அங்க நீங்க எழுதிக்கலாம். See, let me give you the answer for the first question that is given in your text. You have to imagine you are Ajit. ஸோ நீ இருக்கிற ஒரு ரிமோட் வில்லேஜ், திருநெல்வேலியில் ஒரு ரிமோட் வில்லேஜில் இருக்கிற உங்கள் ஸ்கூல் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ண ஒரு ஹெல்த் கேம்பை அட்டன் பண்ணும்போது தான் அந்த வில்லேஜில் இருக்கிறவங்க ஹெல்த் ஹைஜீனை பற்றி ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் இல்லாமல் இருக்காங்கன்னு தெரிய வருது. ஸோ நவ் யூ ஹாவ் டு ரைட் அ லெட்டர் டு த எடிட்டர் ஃபோக்கஸிங் திஸ் இஷ்யூ. இந்த லெட்டர் அந்த எடிட்டோரியல் காலமில் print ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா this will reach the concerned authorities and they'll take the necessary steps. So you are asked to write a letter for this. Now the answer for this is, I wish to draw the attention towards the negligent attitude of people towards basic health and hygiene in our village. I witnessed this during a health camp organized by a school. A lot of awareness has to be spread among them. I request the government, NGOs should organize awareness camps in every village to create awareness in them about the need of hygiene. See, this is the answer for this letter. Now you can insert this answer in the place where I have left blank. You are Sanjay, your colony utilizes solar energy to the common areas. You find many friends of your colony forgetting to switch off the lights in the common area. As a responsible citizen, write a letter to a newspaper echoing the importance to conserve and preserve solar energy. See, whenever the name is mentioned in the question, சென்டர்ஸ் அட்ரஸ்ல வந்துட்டு கொஸ்டின்ல என்ன நேம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்களோ அந்த நேம் தான் நீங்க எழுதியிருக்கணும். கிளியர்? ஓகே. இப்போ நீங்க யூ ஹாவ் டு இமேஜின் யுவர் சஞ்சய். நீ வசிக்கிற காலனில வந்து காமன் ஏரியா இருக்கும் இல்லையா, வாக்கிங் ஏரியா, டெம்பிள் ஏரியாலாம், அந்த இடத்துல வந்து லைட்ஸை ஸ்விட்ச் ஆஃப் பண்ண மறந்துடுறாங்க. ஸோ இந்த இஷ்யூவை நீ லெட்டர் டு எடிட்டர் காலம்ல போட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அது படிக்கிற அந்த காலனியில் இருக்கிற மக்கள் வந்து அதை ரியலைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு தே ட்ரை டு ஸ்விட்ச் இட் ஆஃப். ஸோ இந்த விஷயத்துக்காக யூ ஹாவ் டு ரைட் திஸ் லெட்டர். Our colony feels proud to be using solar energy for lighting in our area. But unfortunately, the energy conserved is being wasted. The lights in the common area are not switched off during the daytime. We are aware that we need to conserve any form of energy. My friends and neighbors forget to switch off the lights. See, this is the answer for that. So now getting back to the template, you can write the introductory part and the concluding part what I have given for you, and you can use this answer and you can fill the blank. Is that clear? Now let us move on to the third question. You are Raja. The street lights of your area do not work properly. As a responsible citizen, write a letter to the newspaper enlightening them about the problem and also suggest ways to brighten the area. See, imagine your Raja. நீ வசிக்கிற ஏரியால வந்து ஸ்ட்ரீட் லைட்ஸ் ப்ராப்பரா ஒர்க் ஆகிறது இல்லை. ஸோ இதை மென்ஷன் பண்ணி லெட்டர் டு எடிட்டருக்கு வந்து இஃப் யூ ரைட் அ லெட்டர், இந்த இஷ்யூ வந்து கன்சர்ன் அத்தாரிட்டிஸுக்கு போய் they'll take necessary steps. Now the answer for this is the street lights of our area are not working properly for the last 1 week. The area is poorly lit and the entire area is under darkness. The area has become theft prone zone. We request that the defective lights can be replaced and solar energy can be utilized to provide power to the lights. So this is the answer for the third question. Now you try writing the answers for few more questions given in your text. This is how you can write. You have to write the letter to the editor. Rest of the things I have given you, and you can write the answers in between in the main content of the letter. So children, you have few more questions in your book exercise, and I want you all to practice this by using this template that I have made for you. So far in today's session, we have gone through the vocabulary part, and under language functions, we learned about the roadmap and posters, and finally the letters to editor. Hope so you find the session a very useful one, my dear children. Let us meet in our next session. Till then, take care. Bye. Have a nice day.